speaker and our final speaker for this evening is Sue Jackson. Sue is currently studying counselling and selling books at Waterstones down the road, and is going to talk to us about how listening can change your life.
Right, so listening and how it can change your life, which sounds a little bit like a bit of a tall order, I guess. Firstly, what I mean by listening is actually how we listen not only to each other, but how we listen to ourselves. A lot of the skills that you can learn through listening, you can practice at home, you can practice with a lot of other people as well. And it's quite good to essentially try them out if there's you and another person. So I'll be giving you a few of these tips today. My journey to discover how important listening is essentially started when I was 19. My father passed away, and a friend of my mum came to find me, and I was on my own, and said, how are you feeling? And in that moment I realised that there was quite a special space for me to be able to express exactly how I was feeling, which hadn't been there previously. And also, obviously, studying counselling, you need to be a good listener. The good news is, yay, it's a skill. So you can all learn it, and I fully well expect you to be coming into Waterstones and telling me that you have been practising it with your friends and family and children and loved ones and even strangers. Of course, it is about listening to others. It can be listening to people you know, and it can be listening to people that you don't know at a bus stop, where you pull your iPod out and you say, yeah, I'll give this person 2 minutes of my time, because actually that's quite nice. How to listen. There are a lot of things that you can do in terms of how to listen, but I'll give you a few little snippets, because I could do probably a 45-minute talk on all the skills used. The first one is actually being in the moment with somebody. So kind of like we are now. Somebody's talking to you. You want to be in their world completely. You don't want to try and butt in with little bits and pieces of your own thoughts that come in. Try and stay with them. Try and stay with them and their feelings if you can. If people are using feeling words when they're talking to you, then that usually means that if you just give them enough room and enough quiet, they'll be able to delve into what's going on for themselves. Focus your attention on them. So obviously give them eye contact. Try not to look around in different areas. Try not to sort of be distracted with your own thoughts, and maybe distracted from what the person is actually telling you at that moment. So distraction's a big one, and one that I had to learn quite quickly in counselling, actually. And the big thing, which you might not have thought about when you heard the title about listening within this talk, is actually what happens for you when somebody is talking to you. Now, what you might find that actually happens is you start to think about your own memories. So, for example, when I said at the beginning of the talk that at the age of 19 my father had died and I was doing counselling, for a brief moment you may very well have thought, oh, something similar happened to me, or you might have felt a bit uncomfortable, or lots of things might have gone on, and those things are genuine things that happen all the time without you even knowing it when somebody is talking to you. When somebody is talking to you, it's very well worth bearing in mind that you need to become aware of these kinds of things happening for you, and actually acknowledge that these thoughts and these feelings are going to come in. But try and refocus yourself back on the person that's talking to you. I do try to write down all my thoughts and feelings as they turn up. So if I'm in a situation where somebody talks to me and I think, oh, I had a bit of a thought or a bit of a memory there, I'll write it down. And I think it's a good thing, if you've never done it, to see in print your own thoughts and feelings and how you feel about a situation, and you can start to draw little bits from your past to actually make sense of why you feel the way you do about something today. So the main things we need to concern ourselves with to learn a nice bit of listening skills are: be in the moment, pay the person full attention if you can, but also be aware of what's happening for you in that moment with another person. Hopefully it'll bring about a greater connection with other people, It'll bring about greater empathy for other people's viewpoints and what they're going through in the world. Strangers at the bus stop might seem like the looniest person in the world, but you might be able to understand them better. And finally, when you listen to others, I think you then understand that if somebody else can share with you their feelings and thoughts, politically, socially, and whatever else, you'll be able to find your own voice in the world too. Thank you.